Nearly 6,000 veterans have already lost their jobs and been terminated from federal service at an unprecedented rate, and will all enter the civilian workforce with less protections. While my time is limited, I just wanted to say this. This isn't subjective. This is evidence. This is evidence. In less than 2 months, this administration has proved itself to be the most anti-veteran administration ever. What's going on is just not right on so many levels.
Yeah, you called it the most anti-veterans administration in history.
It is. I mean, there's almost 6,000 veterans that are terminated. It was just reported today that 80,000 VA employees are going to be terminated. They have the most amount of veterans. It shows you that the billionaires are the ones who matter, you know, and they're going to step on anybody to get them what they want. So it's unfortunate, but a lot of people are going to suffer.
In this video, MAGA veteran voters F the round and down, they are now finding out. So a lot of veterans voted for Donald Trump, and they are now finding out bitterly after the few months that Donald Trump has been in office. So let's keep watching the following clips, then we'll come back here and discuss further about it. But before we watch the videos, if you haven't yet liked this video, kindly like the video and also subscribe to the channel. Let's watch the videos together.
I mean, Nicole, you will remember when Donald Trump became the first president to do something like besmirched the legacy of a war hero, John McCain. Mm-hmm. And I think people thought, oh, maybe that kind of disgusting treatment of someone who has served our country in the most tangible, visceral, self-sacrificing way, maybe that's an anomaly. Maybe he will move past that. This is evidence, the treatment of veterans, right? Which was once the third rail in American politics. You would never see a Republican Party targeting veterans, targeting the VA, having veterans come to town halls and say, this is the most anti-veteran administration in American history. The statements Trump made about John McCain, the statements he's made about people who serve, who were wounded in combat, he, as someone who got out of serving this country because of bone spurs, that was not an anomaly, that was an indicator. And you are now seeing the harvest of those seeds. The treatment of veterans is not going unnoticed by veterans themselves. There were a lot of them that spoke up last night, and they feel the same way.
Hi there. So according to the Pew Research Center, about 61% or 6 out of 10 registered voters who say that they have served in the military or the military reserves support Donald Trump in the 2024 election. 61%. 61%. 6 out of 10 supported Donald Trump in the 2024 election. Are we? This is who you wanted. This is who you wanted. 6 out of 10, 61%. According to the Pew Research Center. What else was you wanting? Because I'm confused. It's almost like you didn't know that this was going to happen. It's almost like you really voted for racism and misogyny and a rapist and just an all-around bad guy until you found out that it was going to affect you. 61% of you. Gee, realtors. Like you didn't hear this man talking shit about John McCain. But that didn't matter because it wasn't you. Because, you know, oh, we support our vets. We support our vets. 61%. 6 out of 10. And now you are shocked that he's cutting jobs and he's cutting the people that's going to assist you and help you. 61%. God, it's almost like you didn't know that he was an asshole that didn't have any morals or scruples or didn't really give a shit about the veterans. It's almost like you didn't know that there was a whole book about what he was going to do. God.
Only they were told about this. If only they were warned about this. If only the 65% of veterans who voted for Trump didn't realize that the DEI is also them. Oops. They thought DEI only meant black people. I guess they're in their find out era. If only I could just have concepts of thoughts and tariffs.
Republican could be in favor that 6,000 vets have been fired and 80,000 are on the chopping block. He is the most anti-veteran, anti-military president as a Republican president that ever has existed. And by the way, he was wanting at one point, he was going to run as a Democrat, just to give you an FYI. Donald J. Trump, you are nothing but a Russian sympathizer. And I have, and everyone has proof of it. All you have to do is go back to Red Daisy gasoline scam, when you were having money laundering happen in the 1980s and 1990s with the Russian mob. You sympathize more with our enemies than you do with our vets and our military. And don't let anyone tell you differently. And you will see that a lot of these maggots, believe it or not, we have a lot of military that has served, and they've been Republicans as well. This is what I call betrayal and treason. And how anybody can sit there and say it's okay, it's beyond. You could talk about any group. You don't like the DEI, women, you don't like people that were in the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau, the IRS, the Federal Trade Commission, the Food and Drug Administration, but when you come after the vets and you say that this is okay, then you are the lowest of lowest. And you're just like him. So in my eyes, you're a treasoner and you're a Russian sympathizer. That's all.
And they don't care. They voted for him. They knew who he was. They're going to vote for him again. They still know who he is. They don't care.
Directly benefit from DEI programs. Without the protections from the ADA, veterans will see an increased amount of unemployment rate. It will make our veteran suicide rates go up, so it won't be 22 a day. It will be more than 22 a day. Without the funding, the VA will end up with more and more and more patients who are unseen or uncared for. Veterans are already at risk as of now for losing their veteran benefits that they fought for this country to earn. And in years previous, he has proven that he does not care about veterans or military members. So tell me why veterans are still voting for Republicans when they don't care about you at all, and their voting record proves it.
The Trump administration plans to cut 80,000 employees from Veterans Affairs. This is an agency that provides much needed health care, including mental health care. The VA's chief of staff said that they were aiming to return to 2019-like staffing levels, which was under 400,000, which means that they have to cut tens of thousands of employees. The memo provided to the staff told them to get ready for an agency-wide reorganization to resize and tailor the workforce. Sorry, it is crazy windy, like we have a tornado watch. To the mission and revised structure. It also calls for the agency to work with the White House Department of Government Efficiency to move out aggressively while taking a disciplined and pragmatic approach to the Trump administration's goals. Veterans have already been speaking out about all of these cuts, which have included a few thousand employees and hundreds of contracts. And guys, more than 25% of the VA's employees are veterans.
we're getting a lot of traction. People really need to know how people feel. And as vets, I feel like right now, this is our time to stand up and say, look, no, we can't. This can't be the way we go.
Yeah, I mean that's at the head of my list too. But I mean, there's so many things that's just all despicable.
I know. There is a vet march, March 14th, in the Capitol. I don't know if you're aware of that. Yeah, it's all capitals.
Just yesterday, I think.
It's all capitals. DC's the main one, but we're doing it at all capitals.
Okay.
So, and I will be there too. I'll put it all on live.
And I moved here from Topeka. I spent a lot of years up there, so I know people up there. So okay, good.
So yeah, I'm taking the day off for it.
Yeah, okay, good.
Yeah.
What did you serve in? Army?
Air Force.
Air Force.
Yeah, Air
I'm
Force.
sorry, I didn't see
Yeah. My wings there. Yeah.
I didn't see him.
Yeah.
Oh, and you got a cue in here.
Yeah, that's Oscar. He's
Hi, Oscar.
he's popular throughout Ukraine. Believe it or not.
Well, this is as close as I can get to Ukraine colors.
Yeah. Hey, I tell you what, they need all the support they can get right now.
Yeah, I have a friend here who was an exchange student with some cousins of mine from Ukraine, and then he went back, and then he came here, and he finally just got his parents over here. I don't know what their status is right now, but he was very gracious about it. But they were devastated when they heard that Oval Office stuff too. Not surprised, but devastated.
Yeah. I've been helping support Ukraine ever since the invasion started. We've got a very large network of people, I would say a couple hundred people, that we've been supplying, helping Ukraine as much as we possibly can. We have a lot of friends over there, and it was devastating to all of them.
Welcome back. In this video, MAGA veteran voters who supported Donald Trump are now finding out after they F'd around. So this is the FAFO season, and almost every group of people in the United States of America who F'd around is now finding out. These times are very interesting. We looked at a situation where farmers in Nebraska who voted for Donald Trump are also finding out after they F'd around. And in this case, we are looking at veterans, MAGA veterans who voted for Donald Trump, who are also finding out. So it looks like every group of people in the United States is now regretting after voting for Donald Trump because of the promises that he gave when he was campaigning. But when he won office, he's doing completely different things. Now, people have supported Donald Trump because of some of the policies that he says he was going to put in place. He made mention of the fact that groceries will be reduced from day one that he stepped foot into office. Now, immediately he stepped foot into office, groceries even keep going higher. Looking at the situation of the farmers in Nebraska, that all these immigrants are not coming on the farm, this has shot up the prices of groceries. So almost every single day, the cost of groceries keep going up. And this is having a heavy toll on the people in the United States of America. Now, in this situation of veterans, some of them are losing their jobs, and this is very, very sad. People who have laid down their lives and their livelihoods in order to serve the United States of America, in these times that they are aged, this is the time that the nation has to take care of them. But look at what is happening now in the United States of America. Almost all these groups are regretting voting for Donald Trump. Let me know what you also think about this video in the comment section below. And don't forget to share this video with your friends and your family on other social media platforms like WhatsApp, Facebook, Instagram, X, TikTok, and other social media platforms. Also, don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Just click the subscribe button down here. Click on the subscribe button. Click as well on the notification bell, and I'd like to see you again in my next video.